Welcome back to the channel. I hope you are all doing good. Today we are diving into a situation that's causing a lot of debate. Latinas in Texas who supported Donald Trump are now realizing they are not being treated as white, no matter how much they align politically with the conservatives. This is one of those real conversations we need to have because it speaks to race, politics, and identity in America. So guys, let's get into these clips. I'll be back with more commentaries. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section.
Hispanics, Latinos, and Mexicans that voted for Donald J. Trump, I'm so proud and honored that we made our voices heard. The Hispanic, Latinos, and Mexicans voted for life.
In this proposal, a Hispanic Texan has 1/3 the political value of a white Texan under this plan, and a black Texan 1/5. It would take 3 Hispanics to equal the representation of 1 white Texan.
To the Latinos that voted for him, you will never, and I repeat, never be white. You will never be accepted as one of them, and you certainly are not exempt from the racism that is this racist ass.
Y'all, Texas Republicans are at it again, suppressing the Black and Latino political power here in Texas. Tarrant County commissioners voted to cut 100 polling sites in Tarrant County, one of the largest counties here in Texas. Tarrant County Judge Tim O'Hare defended this decision, saying he's expecting reduced voter turnout since it's not a presidential election. But we know it's because Texas Republicans are worried about the midterm elections coming in 2026. Months before redistricting became a state issue, Tarrant County commissioners voted to redistrict Tarrant County to be more Republican friendly. Again, this is ahead of midterm elections coming up in 2026. Tarrant County is home to Fort Worth, Texas, one of the most diverse cities in the state and the 3rd largest Black population in Texas. Texas Republicans know that their policies aren't popular, so they're cheating to win, they're cutting maps in their favor, and they're suppressing the votes of communities of color.
The comical irony that it takes 3 Hispanics to equal 1 white vote and 5 Black people to equal 1 white vote in Texas. But you guys are actively trying to deport documented and undocumented Hispanic people. So but it takes 3 of them and 5 of us.
Guys, Latinas in Texas who stood firm with Donald Trump are now realizing the harsh reality. They are not being treated as white despite their support. In this video, we are breaking down the struggles, the backlash, and identity conflicts that many Latino Trump supporters are facing in today's America. From politics to race and social acceptance, the conversation is getting heated. Yes, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into these remaining clips, then I'll be back with more commentaries. Stay tuned.
Texan has 1/3 the political value of a white Texan under this.
Latinos for Trump, Hispanics for Trump, Mexicans for Trump, whatever, Texans for Trump, whatever the hell you guys want to call it in Texas, you guys are a bunch of idiots. You guys are literally the masters to your own demise. You guys voted for an administration that is f***ing you guys over in Texas. 1 white man's vote will count for 3 Hispanic votes in Texas under this new redistricting that just went down in Texas. You guys literally just shot yourself in the foot with this one. All for what? For thinking that you're better than another brown person just because you got papers? Just because you a citizen?
Do you see that Texas Republicans passed their gerrymandered maps, diluting black and brown votes and hoping that Republican Latinos help them win in 2026? What this new redistricting does is put a lot of Latinos that make up 40% of the population in Texas in areas surrounded by Republican voters. Even the new Latino district that Republicans are bragging about does not have the power they're saying it does. So in this new Latino district, it is filled with Latinos who cannot vote or do not vote. So this new Latino district doesn't add anything to the Latino voting power. Also, these gerrymandered maps have merged Democratic districts. This will cause for representatives like Al Green to have a tougher time regaining his seats and pin Democratic representatives against each other in the same district. This puts a lot of seats being held by black and brown Democratic leaders in jeopardy in 2026. And it dilutes the voting power of black and brown Democratic voters by putting them in Republican districts. And on top of all this, Republicans are hoping that even with everything they're doing against the Latino community, that Republican Latinos stick with them in 2026. Republicans are banking on Latinos for Trump to do the work for them and help them consolidate power even more by pushing Democrats out in 2026. They're doing all this to take away the power of black and brown voters. This shows how powerful our vote is. If it wasn't for these sneaky tactics, Texas would have gone blue a long time ago. So specifically for Latinos for Trump, stop being a pawn in these Republicans' games. They already fooled you in 2024 and you see them rampaging through our communities. And now they're banking on you falling for their BS again and going out and voting for them in 2026. So this is the time to redeem yourself. I don't know if you know this, but even if you're a registered Republican, you don't have to vote Republican. You can realize the error of your ways and vote for someone who does not want you destroyed systemically. So even though this is happening in Texas, and who knows what's going to happen in the rest of the country, but it seems like it's still going to come down to people and elections. And I hope in 2026, people go out and vote against fascism.
Oh yeah, guys, so here is what's happening. Many Latinas in Texas jumped on the Trump train thinking that aligning with his policies would bring them closer to the benefits, the privileges and protection that come with being accepted as part of white America. But now the reality is hitting hard. Despite voting Republican, despite supporting stricter immigration laws, they are still being treated as outsiders. It's almost like they thought proximity to whiteness was going to give them a pass, but the system doesn't work that way. White America doesn't just hand out honorary membership cards. Yeah, this brings up an important question. Why do some Latinas believe that voting for Trump or identifying with conservative values will automatically elevate their status? At the end of the day, America's racial hierarchy is real, and it doesn't shift just because you support the same politicians. There are white conservatives who will still look at Latinas as immigrants, no matter now how many generations they have been here. It's similar to what we have seen with other minority groups. Aligning with a certain party doesn't erase the discrimination. Yeah, let's be honest, guys. Some of these Latino Trump supporters were vocal about separating themselves from black Americans, from immigrants at the border, and even from their own communities. They thought siding with Trump would give them acceptance, but now they are realizing that when push comes to shove, they are still not treated like full members of the so-called majority. This is the painful truth. Racism doesn't care about politics. It doesn't see your skin, your last name, your accent, your culture, not your vote. Yes, that is what is happening right now. So what do we learn from this? That identity in America is complex. Latinas who thought they'd gain privilege by aligning with Trump are facing the reality that they are not white and never will be treated that way by the system. Yeah, guys, it is a wake-up call, and it forces a bigger conversation. Will these communities continue supporting someone who doesn't really accept them, or will they rethink their political alliances? Family, I want to hear from you. Do you think Latinos for Trump are finally realizing the truth about race in America, or do you think they'll double down and still stand by him? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and and subscribe to the channel for more reactions and real talk on race, politics and identity in America. Guys, this video is meant for educational and commentary purposes, and also we give credit to all the original creators of the video. Be blessed, have a nice time, peace be with you always.